Everybody, I know. I know they get tired of me because nobody else ain't gonna say it. I gotta say it, man. Gotta say it, man. Somebody gotta say it. People don't like to hear the truth, man. You know, people don't. Life is about evolution. It's about evolution. You know? That's what this shit about. This shit about evolution, man. And grown men evolve. I mean, I'm speaking on the same thing you speaking about. Like, we all speaking on the same thing we speaking. I'm speaking on what I seen. I'm speaking on what I've paid attention to for the last 15, 20 years. You know? That's what I'm speaking on. I'm speaking on facts. I'm speaking on what I know to be facts. I'm speaking on what we seen. You know, last night was big for the culture, but at the same time, it was confusing to the culture. You know? Because the reality of the situation is, when you look at the way two men carried themselves, right? And I'm not gonna say he a clown. I'm not gonna disrespect the man in that matter. But I say he has a lot of evolving to do. You know, he needs evolution. Oh, I'm gonna bring Hitman in. Okay, I'm gonna bring Hitman in so we can have. Oh, Hitman want to get in the car. I'm gonna go. We can have a conversation. You know.
My dog, what's up with
Holla,
you?
what's up with you, King? How you?
Chilling, man. Just seen a chance for a little friendly debate with you, man. Want to
Know
pick
that?
your brain.
Yeah, well, you know, I seen your comment, you know, and I want you. I'm gonna let you talk first, and then I'm gonna give you my perspective, and then we can take it from there.
Okay, bet. So my thing is like, I don't think a lot of people giving Gucci credit because it's different ways that people grow. You know what I'm saying? Jesus showed the more unbothered growth. I'm not on that time, which is good. You know what I'm saying? I think Gucci showed his growth by even accepting the challenge. Cause you gotta understand, my son, if I tell somebody on the end of my song and I'm a famous rapper, man, 10,000 for whoever go get my sign chain. What you gotta understand is whether it's not a saying I want somebody to come kill you, things go left with guns involved. If somebody finna come get your chain, they're not gonna say, my son, put the gun down. I mean, put your jewelry down here peacefully. I just want your chain to leave. They're willing to do whatever to get your chain. So that was a hit. Whether he said go kill him or not, that was a hit. So for Gucci to even be in the same room with somebody that had people to try to come harm him is growth. Another thing is they're street rappers. They're not motivational speakers. Gucci was in his environment by talking kind of heavy, and he probably said too much, but they're not motivational speakers. They're street niggas. So
Mm-hmm.
Gucci and not doing, you know what I'm saying? It's the first time he been in a room with somebody that had somebody try to kill him. I'm talking heavy. What's up, Jeezy? Go dig your partner. What's up? I know that might sound childish, but they're street rappers. That's what we love. You know what I'm saying? So I feel Gucci growth was him even doing it. He might have, he probably didn't have to say the stuff he was saying, but hey, that's what we love him for. He was in his environment, right or wrong, Mike? He was in his environment, right?
I hear you. I don't personally agree, but I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'm gonna give you my pushback.
Okay, so my thing is when people say, people be trying to make it seem like Jeezy just the grown man of the whole situation. No, he sent niggas go happen to go do something to Gucci. Gucci played offense. Jeezy left it alone as far as he can't really say nothing. He sent the hit, it didn't go right or whatever he did, so he can't talk about it. So he can't say nothing. He got a grown man routed. And a lot of people in Atlanta, I live in Atlanta now, so I've been hearing a lot of talks for the last week or two. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been war for like not 2 decades, for like a 15 years. Like every time they see, you know what I'm saying? So it's really been war. It ain't like Gucci ain't said nothing for 20 years in that song and try to act heavy. It's really been that. You know, so I understand the animosity that Gucci had last night. That's why I don't really knock it. Like, I'm not saying Jeezy should have went to go punch him or go shoot him on stage. I just felt like, shit, the gangster rappers, they had beef, talk that shit. That's what we want to see. Being honest, that's what I wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like Gucci did grow, man, just for even doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion.
Okay. Now, let me give you my opinion.
Mhm.
My opinion is a two-pronged situation, right? If we street niggas, right?
Mhm.
And murder and attempt murder, that shit is that there is no statute of limitation on that.
Mhm.
That's a conspiracy right there. So every time you get on the record, you come out and you say you sent the nigga to do something to me to take my life, you possibly indicting me. So
Mhm.
I can't defend that. I can't never have a conversation to get that. Because right now you actually working with the police. Every time you incriminate me in a crime and you say that I committed a crime that I never said I committed, you keep saying that I committed a crime. I sent the nigga, send your partners every time you say something.
Mhm.
First of all, that's against street code altogether. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows if you in the streets and we street niggas, I'm never gonna say that you committed a crime against me. Never. At no point. That's a known fact. Any nigga that's in the street know that. Okay. Part two is this. You come to a situation, right? You got a 15-year-old beef that you ain't squashed, right? It's 15 years, my nigga. You ain't did nothing in 15 years. If you feel this way, like you said, every time we seen each other was this and that. If you had a situation in 15 years, you could have handled that. We both in Atlanta. We've been in the same clubs. We've been in the same stores. You done said all your shit. You got about 10 records saying you this and that. You could have handled that there. You could have been handled this, my nigga. Now you just come into it, you want to put on the square. Now you talking about a nigga that's dead. That's a friend of mine. Some of his family might still be me. Some of his brothers that haven't got over the shit you talking about, but they ain't been in the same situation, in the same rooms with you. This could have went all the way left, my nigga. Niggas could have died, lost their freedom, everything. As
Mhm.
a grown man, you put your life, you got kids, you got a wife, you got all this shit at 40 years old. You done changed. The 25-year-old nigga that you went through, that somebody should have hit out, whatever the situation you saying happened, that's you not even that nigga no more. You don't look like him. You don't sound. You supposed to have evolved. So you come into this room as this grown ass man that's evolved with $10,000 worth of clothes on, with $5 million worth of jewelry on, and you almost lost. Could have got everybody to lose their life in that room because you ain't past 25. So what happened is Jeezy looked at the situation and said, my niggas is here. They all go. If I do something, this gonna go all the way wrong. All I gotta do is act like this ain't what it is. Niggas that's in projects that follow Gucci gonna die. My man's gonna die. This shit gonna start a worldwide beef because we already divided. As a man, I have a decision to make. As of right now, man, I understand that what I say right now is going to dictate the next 20 years. What I say right now is what I said 25 years ago is why these kids is out here dying. Because they thought the shit me and him was doing was gangster. I realize now this shit ain't gangster. I'm 40 years old. I got property. I got family. I'm about to get married. I can't continue this cycle. Me watching these little niggas get killed because they think, oh, holding on to some shit that's 20 years old. It ain't nothing gangster, but I realized that at 40. I realized that at 40. It's niggas every day. I went from saying my nigga pull up to say you right, beloved, you got it. Cause I'm a grown adult man. I've evolved. I understand them niggas at 25 thinking that. When I see these young niggas talking that at 25 and 20 plus, I was doing that. I'm not doing that at 40. Hitman. If you telling me that you don't, you saying he evolved just to come in the room. If you thought you felt that way, a grown man would have never came in the room. What was the goal? You went there to do what? To talk about digging up a nigga partner? Because that right there, it took, I looked at the man Jeezy face. It took restraint, my nigga. It was, and you see they both had niggas in the background. They had their hoodies on. It could have went all the way outside. Probably niggas was loaded up. If he would have reacted any other way to the way that man, because fuck the song. If he did the song, I'm not mad at you doing your song. You got a song, we're going to do the song, boom. After the shit, dig your partner up, you send some more niggas, I'm going to send them back. You not evolved as a man. You haven't understood that the words that you say and the actions that you take is not only affecting you, beloved. You don't, if once you don't realize that at 40, you ain't evolved. You ain't
Uh,
evolved.
so back to your incriminating, boss. So Gucci ain't said nothing that Jeezy didn't say already to the world. So
When
I'm
did
saying, but you
when
saying
did he
he
tell me what
incriminating.
he said to the
Jeezy
world?
said Jeezy said it already. I send niggas go get his chain. So all Gucci just said, you send niggas, I'm gonna send
He
them back.
said that 20 years. That man been saying that every day. That's over, bro.
What you want him to say?
He put that on a song, nigga. That's a rap. We talking about a rap.
No,
You out here in plain sight on interviews on internet every day talking about a nigga since put a hit out on your life.
You gotta say that was a big win for him though, man. He survived that situation though.
I don't listen to me. I survived a lot of situations. I never said what a nigga did. I've been in the streets.
Jeezy said it first though. So how you? Okay, I have a question. How you feel about Jeezy saying it on a real song? 10,000 go get his chain. How do you feel about that?
But listen to me. What I'm trying to say, if he said 10,000 go get his chain, he ain't said Gucci man did this to me. Let him incriminate himself. He said go get it. He ain't say I put no hit out on nigga. I sent those niggas to get it. I told them to go get it. He ain't do all that.
He can't say that though.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. The reality is Gucci man can't say it even if he's saying
Gucci, you said niggas
that is no street, nigga. I can't hear you. I don't know what happened to you. I can't hear your volume. I can't hear you, Hitman. I can't hear you. Y'all hear him? I can't hear him. I can't hear you. I don't know. I can't hear. Come back. Come back if you come on. You hear me now?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I still can't hear. Now I hear you. So what you were saying?
So I was just saying on the incriminating part because the only thing Gucci was saying was everything Jeezy said. Like that's all he was saying. So I know. But check this out though.
He ain't say niggas tried to kill him. He sent the nigga to kill him. He never said that.
He's not gonna say that.
But I'm just trying to say. But that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Could that have led to death? Would that have led to death? Like could that would have went left?
What I'm trying to tell you is I'm not condoning the situation. I'm not saying that Jeezy didn't play his part. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this. If we talking about street shit, that nigga said this is street, this is hood. If you talking about street shit, according to the street code, if you in the street with beef, you don't bring that shit to the internet. You don't tell a nigga that somebody committed a crime against you. You just don't do it.
But that's why I'm confused at because he didn't tell people. Jeezy said it.
How? He said it last night. He said send some more of your partners, and I'm gonna send back.
But Jeezy already said that though. I can see if you saying like, okay, put it like this: if Jeezy didn't say that, then Gucci get on record like, man, Jeezy sent them. That's snitching.
Did Jeezy ever say that he sent that man to do something to him? Tell me whenever he said that. Tell me one time he ever said that.
He didn't say he sent his partner.
He never said that.
But he also said, I got 10,000 for whoever go get his chain.
But okay, I hear what you're saying. There's a bunch of niggas that say you throw shit on a rapper, and you say I don't know what a nigga did, but he never said that he sent that man to go do anything to that man.
Because he get himself locked up though. He can't get himself locked up.
Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you that so you don't think if Gucci keeps saying it enough that he could get locked up eventually?
He already beat it. Like he just
So you trying to say if Jeezy say he said it, he could get locked up, but Gucci keeps saying it enough, it ain't gonna cause
So the people that's gonna lock up Jeezy not gonna lock him up for the song that he said it on, but they're gonna lock up Gucci for saying it.
Because the bottom line is music. A nigga can say
whatever. So cool. All right, so last night
I passed the music. He took it. He's saying it every day now.
Okay, so last night I think we missing the entertainment part. We got street rapper versus street rapper. Like if you put Jordan and Vince Carter in the room, I don't want to see them have a 3-point contest. I want to see them do what they do. So it seems like a lot of people trying to like get mad at Gucci for being a street nigga and talking heavy. Like you mad at Gucci for talking heavy?
We're not mad. It's like this. It's like this, right? You know you've been battle rapping and you know it's niggas that talk heavy, right? You know Math Hoffa hit a nigga in the mouth. We know this. Math will swing on a nigga, boom. But niggas don't. But you understand that it's a certain time, right? Math even understand. I gotta evolve past just swinging on niggas every time they say something I don't like, right? As a man, I gotta say, yo, we evolved past it. That shit was cool when I was 25, but at 40, I'm not doing that no more. Or I'm not. If I feel like I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna tell niggas, hey, if you go past this line, then it is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? So we understand certain shit. At 40, we just evolve in different ways. Of course, niggas want to see, every time they see Math, they want to see, yo, he might hit a nigga, right? Because that's some shit that follows him.
But you know,
you don't want to go in the ring every time. You be like, yo, that shit is whack, my nigga. If he do hit a nigga, the battle gonna be over. The money gonna be gone. Niggas gonna be like, we can't do it here. You as evolving, you understand that shit don't really add up.
But my side, another thing is you really playing it safe because I'm saying because Pookie Loc was signed to the label, was a CTE affiliate. Gucci owed Jeezy that. His first time in a room with Jeezy, he owed him that, big boy. He owed him that. Let me talk my shit for the last time ever.
But if you really talking about street shit, this is not, I can hear what you're saying if it's just rap shit and we just battling, it's just rap. This is real street shit where niggas lost their life. So you bring some real street shit to a platform that the world is watching, to where niggas could either go to jail, get killed, all type of shit. You just evolve some real street shit into the world. Like, who does that? I'm never doing that. I'm never gonna have a conversation about no real street shit on a platform like that. I'm just not gonna do it.
But Jeezy did it first, though. I don't think you just tell me Jeezy wrong first. You
talking about 15, 20 years ago, Hitman. We talking about I'm talking about evolution. I'm not talking about
evolution. So evolution was Jeezy being a grown man, knowing he sent somebody to go kill somebody, coming past that, being a grown man saying I'm unbothered. And Gucci growth was, all right, he sent niggas to come do whatever. We passed it. I'm going to come do a versus with him. I'm going to still talk my shit. I'm going to still talk my shit. I'm not going to go over there and punch him in his face or nothing. I'm going to just talk my shit.
But, yo, can I ask you a question? I just want to ask you to do this serious question.
Yeah.
He said he sent niggas to do something for his chain, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you this. I'm going to get over you sending a nigga for my chain. I'm going to get over you sending a nigga to do something for me for my.
Yeah, what you say?
I said, I'm going to get over you sending a nigga to do something for me for my chain before I get over you taking my man life. That's just a fact for me. I don't know. Everybody else might differ. Like, nigga gonna be like, you know what? This was a failed attempt. Something happened, but you took my man life. His brothers and shit is probably still with me every day. They saying we need to ride on this nigga. They got a lot more reason to be mad than a nigga that got away. So you saying that he involved, like, nigga, this man, they had to bury one of their loved ones. They buried him. He gone. He ain't never coming back. And it took restraint for him to sit there talking about dig the nigga up and we gonna send more of them.
That could have been Gucci too, that could have been Gucci in that ground too, though.
But I hear what you're saying. And if Jeezy would have said that on the stage, if he would have sat up there and said, I sent the nigga to do this to you, and he would have showed restraint, I would have respected. I'm talking about 15 years past, you brought up some shit that could have got niggas that everybody could have died over in a room. For what?
Because that's part of the song. He just played the song. That's it. That's what it was.
I was okay with the song, Hitman, but the shit after
them the lyrics from the song. He just repeated the lyrics from the song.
Nah, he did. And that man said, dig your partner. We smoking on Pookie Loc tonight, and you send some more. We gonna send them back. He took this shit to where
it was in the more. I agree with that. I ain't really like that comment because it was past the song. Like I could have left, but I understand why he got caught in the moment. He performed the song on a nigga that sits like he on stage with the nigga. Like you can't tell me his emotions ain't running high. I'm on stage with a nigga who sent people to do something. I'm out right now. But dig your partner up, homie, like he ain't caught in the moment.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. And when your emotions supersede your intelligence, you have not evolved. Because you can be amped. Because I'm trying to tell you.
You can't say how much a person evolved. He ain't evolved.
But you know, what I'm trying to tell you is, listen to me. If it would have been probably anybody but Gucci in that room, I mean, with anybody but Jeezy who hasn't evolved to that, it would have been a nigga that was a little less evolved. That whole situation could have went all the way left. All the way. I'm just trying to tell you. I understand that as a man. I understand that my words and my actions have consequences, right? So if I say fuck that, I'm gonna throw some shit that can actually result into somebody else dying at the minute after I say it, then I'm not being responsible, my nigga. I got a bunch of niggas that's ride for me. I got to a situation, my niggas like, yo, ready. And I said to myself, I'm not gonna put my niggas in a situation over some shit that it's not really that serious for me. Like, we passed that. Because if it was that serious for 15 years, my nigga, you would have did something.
They been doing stuff though.
But it would have been, you would have handled it, my nigga. It's no way that y'all in the same clubs. Niggas ain't dying. Ain't no.
That was their first time in the same room in 15, 20
That's
years,
not
bro.
true. Because you know how many times Jeezy said I just heard his Breakfast Club interview. He said we done been in clubs when it's tension and they here and we here. And
they told me now Atlanta rapper, a lot of Atlanta people saying they ain't been in the same. That's why it was a big deal. I think Diddy tried to make it happen. They ain't been in the same room in 15 years, if I'm not mistaken. That was his first time being in a room with Jeezy. Or second, or
that's
from I'm not mistaken. Well, I'm just saying, you just can't knock Gucci for handle it how he handled. He still, like, if he ain't grow, like, he would have went over that, they would have fought. He said what he said, shit could have went left, but it didn't. They performed icy at the end, it got off his chest.
But you're not realizing the reason why it didn't go left. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The reason why
because the nigga who started it had a little more composure.
But you keep saying that. We don't know how it started, Hitman. A nigga
we know how it started. It's on the song. It's on the song, my son.
Hitman, can I ask you a question? Hitman, I'm gonna ask you a question. Did you think Jeezy got the song and said, go get his chain for nothing?
Got 10,000 for any nigga go get his chain.
But why do you think he said it? It didn't
that started.
No, you don't know. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's the reason his friend dead. That's the reason his friend dead.
No, but the thing is,
can we agree to that?
I can't agree to that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I don't know what caused him to say that. If these niggas was cool and a nigga say, yo, he got 10,000 for his chain, what created the reason for him to have 10,000 for his chain?
But we know he died. But we know he died after Jeezy saying that. He know a nigga tried to rob Gucci.
But what I'm trying to tell you is, listen to me. Only thing you see is that we don't know. It didn't start. It's obvious. If a niggas was cool, they was on the rate, they was on the group, they was doing shit together, and a nigga decided to tell a nigga to go get a nigga chain. There was something that happened prior to that, brother.
Yeah, something happened prior to that, but it could have just been rap beef. It could have just been rap beef prior to that.
But it could have not have been just been rap.
Ain't nobody okay, put it like this. Nobody died before Jeezy made that record. Nobody died before Jeezy made that record.
But that doesn't mean it steps to everything.
But we talking facts. We gonna talk facts. They was rap beefing, right? Everything good was rap beef.
I don't know. If that was the first time they said anything, it probably wasn't rap beef because they didn't start beefing on the records. They was beefing obviously for something else that none of us know about.
And you correct. And we know. But what we do know, but what me and you do know, is after that record, one of Jeezy people got killed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But that doesn't mean that's where it started at. Obviously,
I ain't saying that's where it started. I'm saying that's when blood got shed. Ain't nobody else saying RIP nobody else. That's the only, from my understanding, that's the only loss that, you know what I'm saying, Jeezy man died. Like that's I don't understand, I don't know neither myself. I'm not saying I know.
That's
what me and you know. But what me and you know, that's the only bloodshed publicly that we know, and it came after Jeezy put a bounty on Gucci. That's all I'm saying.
But I hear what you're saying, and what I'm trying to say is, and we can have this conversation about what happened 15 years ago. I'm talking about what happened last night. It was two 40-year-old men in the room, right? And they both had a situation. And if they both would have reacted the same way, that shit would have went all the way left. It would have been horrible for Atlanta. It would have been horrible.
You're right. It could have went left. It could have went left.
It would have went.
But my only disagreement with you is you not seeing Gucci growth. He might not.
I don't see. It's not even.
He went there. He went.
But what I'm trying to tell you is, but if you grow and you haven't passed something to go there for, if you went there with the intention to cause some shit that could have took it further, how did you grow?
He probably got more growing to do. That don't mean he didn't grow. His life could have.
So if a nigga trying to squash some shit, right, and I go there with the intention not really to squash it, to get on some other shit, to invoke a nigga to take it further, did I really grow? Just because I went there?
So if you know a known killer, and he trying to get his life together, you know if a nigga push him, he shoot him. A nigga push him, he punch him. Is that growing?
No.
That is growing. He ain't shoot him. He ain't kill him. He punched him. That's growing. That's growth.
But I hear what you said, but I'm just trying to tell you, if you know a known killer and he get his life together and he punch a known killer who also get his life together, it's gonna end up to somebody getting killed. It
But at
is
least you want. But at
growth.
least, but it's growth. A F to a
Bro,
D is growth. A F to a D is growth.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm
That's
just
all
trying
I'm
to.
saying.
The
I give
ultimate
Gucci a little
reality
props
is,
for accepting it. Jeezy reached out. Jeezy reached out first. Gucci accepted it. Gucci could have been like, nah, nigga, it's on forever.
but I hear what you're saying, and that's why I see the growth in that regard. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying he could have said whatever he want. If
Mm-hmm.
he had a situation, I'm just saying me, right? I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if I'm that grown, right? I don't know if I'm gonna do it. You take one of my man's life and I extend the olive branch and we doing this, and you telling me dig up my partners and you send some more, I'm gonna send them back to you, free kill. I don't know I'm that evolved, my nigga. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know that you can say that to me publicly in the world, and my nigga standing behind probably one of his family. I know his daughter or his son or his brother watching. I don't know if it's not gonna go left. I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying the growth that it took for that man to deal with that situation at that exact moment was commendable. And the
Yeah,
fact,
Jeezy probably grown more. Like he probably grown a lot more. I'm not even arguing that. I just don't like when people grow differently. People grow differently. That could have been the last skeleton in this closet he needed to face, and he held all this composure to not make it go any farther. You know what I'm saying? I just know it took a lot for him to be in the same room with that nigga too. Now
but
I just
I'm
that's
saying
what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think I think it took a lot for everybody to be in the room. Y'all keep saying that. I'm telling you, if you took it, I'd rather you almost kill me than kill one of my mans. I just rather that. I could take you almost killing me before I could take you killing a nigga that I call my man. And
So that's
nobody else
Jeezy
lost
fault.
their life
So
over
is
it.
that Jeezy fault? Is that Jeezy fault?
No, I'm just trying to tell you that that's a level. It's nobody's fault. It's a level of evolution
Yeah.
that I'm trying to explain to you that it takes for a nigga to say, yo, you know what? I'm a millionaire. I got family. I got this and that. I'm the breadwinner of my family. I got too much. I'm not gonna put that in jeopardy for some shit that had 15 years ago that I didn't handle yet. Because if it was that serious, my nigga, I would have put some more money on a nigga. Somebody would have left. So if I haven't done that, me coming in here putting it into the air to where that can happen right now, I don't know. I don't understand the common sense behind it.
So imagine how Gucci feel knowing he couldn't even never made it to today. Last night. He couldn't even never made it to last night. That's how probably you never know how he thinking. He like, man, I couldn't never made it here. I could have been gone 15 years ago.
I,
This the
and I
nigga, this the nigga that could have had me out of here 15 years ago.
and I
But I
respect
can't.
that.
But I came here, you know, and they perform icy. Evidently everything went right. It could be more Jeezy fault. I mean, the
I just
reason
think
that
that if he wasn't ready, if you felt like you wasn't ready, you should have stayed home. Because I wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? I would have just said, you know what, I'm not ready for this, my nigga. This when he respectfully declined because he already said it. And probably you know the real reason why I'm having this conversation is because there's a false narrative, right? That a nigga is scared because he not doing nothing, and this nigga's gangster because he is. And I'm just trying to explain to people that the mind state that these kids have is fucked up because they think that what Gucci did was some gangster shit, and what Jeezy did was because he was scared. He wasn't about this life, and I'm like, nah, my nigga, you don't even get what he did. He gave a blueprint. He tried to save these young niggas. They out here taking each other out
Yeah,
for.
I ain't knocking that at all. I
You know what
was no. My problem. I'm not disrespecting none Jeezy did. I'm not saying he's soft, pause. I'm not saying none of that. I respect all of that. My gripe is just with niggas you don't try to give WAP a little credit. That's all. Like give WAP a
Yeah,
little
I'm
credit.
just saying I give them a little credit because ultimately, it ended up where they moved. It seems like they moved a little further past whatever. I don't know if it's 100 because it looked like it was like, all right, whatever. We in the moment. Let's
It
do
was kind of
it.
tricky. I ain't
You
know.
know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I respect that, but I'm just trying to say what Jeezy did for these kids and this coach. Because I'm listening to these kids like, oh, this nigga's a sucker. Guwap is this. He gang, and I'm just like, yo, the mindset that we have, a nigga can't even move past some bullshit and say, yo, for the greater good, I'm not gonna kill my man. I'm not trying to kill you. I don't want to see you harm. I'm moving past some shit. Like we gotta get out that mind state. And
Yeah.
that's what it is for me. And for me, it's like Guwap perpetuated that. It's like, come on, my nigga, you 40. You had an opportunity. Like even when you did the song, you could have did the song and niggas would have respected, like, yo, this nigga still did that song. You know what I'm saying? Jeezy ain't do strap. You understand what I'm saying? Like he could have. You understand what I'm saying? Like he didn't do the shit that got him there. He could have. Oh, we gonna play that. Let me feed into that. He said, Nah, my nigga, this ain't about that for me. I understand these kids is dying. And they following what we do, and that's a level of evolution and maturity
Do you
that
feel do you feel Jeezy more had the right to be more comfortable because of knowing that nothing really happened to him? It happened to his partner, but if I sent somebody, quote unquote, just sent somebody, and then that happened, I'm cool. Like, all right, it happened. I'm chilling. Like, I can grow more. Then Gucci had to be more like. Do you feel like Gucci had a bigger chip on his shoulder from the situation? Like, who you think took the? You know what I'm saying?
I
Am
don't.
I making sense?
But I hear what you making sense, and that's what I was trying to explain to you. If me personally, I don't know everybody else. I would rather you almost take my life than actually take one of my man's life. If you take one of my man's life,
Because
and
it
a
fall
nigga,
back on you. Because it fall
yeah,
back
it's
on you.
all of that's going to fall back on me. The guilt. Damn, this could have happened over me. And it's a nigga that I fuck with. His family is crying every day. Damn, he lost this and that. I got to take care of his family. I got to do all types of shit for the rest of my life. Gucci, that shit is something that happened. Niggas ain't gonna always be like, yo, nobody ain't crying to him about they lost loved one. He ain't living with no regrets, no guilt. He don't give a fuck. And he's saying he don't give a fuck. He took the nigga life and that's it. He in the ground and I'll send some more. So I'm just trying to say, for me, once you said that to me, that shit would have triggered in my mind. Like, this nigga, my man going and he praying about it. This is okay with him. You understand? That should psychologically. The thing is, what I'm trying to say is what I'm trying to say is this, right? In Gucci mind, right? What he did was he created a situation, right? It ain't at this point. It ain't even with Gucci no more. I mean, it ain't even with Jeezy no more. Because that man got brothers, he got uncles, he got this and that.
Yeah.
They probably saying that Jay-Z might be like, yo, I'm moving past that. It's other niggas that ain't moving past that. It's other niggas that heard that wasn't in that room, that ain't got nothing to do with it. It's like, you know what? We gonna see this nigga. They might be on a whole nother time. He created a situation that probably wasn't there. They probably was like, yo, that shit is over. We moving past that. He re-brought energy into some shit that niggas probably let die 15 years ago.
I don't think you re-brought the energy. The
How?
energy was already there. The
My
energy was
nigga,
gonna
if
be
you
there
so
regardless.
listen,
He
if
played the
this
diss record.
but let's say you went to church, and you like, yo, I forgive him. That shit was this many years ago, and then you go up there to watch that, and he say that shit again.
All right, man.
It's you just reinvigorated energy that wasn't there for what? It didn't have to be. You made the song. You just dig that nigga up. We smoking on Pookie Low. That's you put some other shit into the world for what?
Yeah. Hey, I feel he ain't gonna do that no more. Like, I feel like that was his last in front of Jeezy, in front of you know what I'm saying? I think that's the only reason he did that. I think he just always want to get it off his chest in
I
front
mean,
of Jeezy.
I'm,
So
I
I
just
feel like if he did it some more, if he do it like tomorrow, to get on live and still didn't look crazy. But I feel if he leave it alone now, I think they got it off their chest. He said what he had to say to Jeezy. Jeezy grown man it, left it alone. They performed after, and I think everything gonna be good. You know, that's my personal
I'm
opinion, though.
all I'm saying. That's your personal opinion, but we ain't saying whoever else ain't like what he said. Jeezy ain't don't speak for everybody. It's niggas from that dude hood that they probably ain't squashing it now because they probably squashed and let that shit go. They probably like, yo, you heard what that nigga said? We smoking on Pookie Low tonight. It
Well,
might,
he played the diss record, so that's gonna feel like that anyway.
but that's what I'm
They gonna
saying.
feel like
So
that anyway.
I hear what you, but I know, but they probably would listen to the song and be like, okay, that was a song. It's bad, and we knew it was coming. But the extra shit,
The extra ad libs.
we try to let this shit go. This shit might be different now, and that's just me being from the street, knowing how niggas think, you know.
They should be mad at. They should rekindle a flame of being mad at Jeezy too. Jeezy put that shit on the
I,
song. That's his.
15
Jeezy
years,
should have said that. He
Jeezy
shouldn't
did
have
that
said that.
15 years ago. We
He
can't keep
right.
this shit is over. Nigga did his bid for us. He came home. He ain't on the same shit, Gucci. And that's what Jeezy said. You still talking the same shit, bro. Like we invited you still saying the same shit. That shit tired. It's over. You said that already. You said that. You been said that. We heard you. You got something else to say? Like for what? That's
That
all.
first time. That's the first time saying it to Jeezy though. It's a difference.
I don't know how different it is. I don't listen to me.
It's
I
different.
hear,
My I can get on the internet and talk about you all day. Then I see you at one of them parties or something, and then we say like, you know, it's different. It's a
but
different.
if you're not gonna punch me in my face or do something, what it mean though? That's what I'm trying. You've been on. If you're on the phone, if we having the same conversation on the phone, that we're gonna have like, yo, I want to meet you face to face, so you can say the same thing you said on the phone. If I meet you face to face and I'm gonna say it, then I want to do something more. You just want to say that for what? What is it? It gave you some more energy because you said the same words and I'm standing here. I heard you say it 30 times.
Yeah.
You know, that's just me. If I want to say if I get in front of you to provoke you, then I prepared or I'm going to evoke some level of action. If I move past it, then I'm moving past it. I just don't get it. And I mean, listen to me, like you said, like everybody said, everybody has a different level of what I'm trying to say. They move. I'm trying to say that Gucci has a lot more evolving than you. That's all. That's just my opinion.
Would you say I already got the answer from you though. That's all I wanted. You said he grew for a little bit. You said he
It's
had
a
a little
little
bit of growth.
growth. Yeah, you see him cleaning himself up. He's staying out of shit. He's still doing shit that's reckless here and there. But at the end of the day, you see a little bit of growth. But it's just that the things that he do that be reckless, it be like, damn, you don't even got to do that. Like
Yeah.
I've been watching. Like sometimes he just go all the way left, man. And it's be like, damn, for what? He was doing so good. Like,
Yeah.
but listen, it is what it is, man. But I appreciate the doc always, King. You know, I
Appreciate you
love you,
having you
man. Keep
already know,
doing
big
what you do.
bro. I got you. I call you.
All right, boy. Peace. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like I hear you saying it was part of his growth. I'm just saying, man, that situation could have been catastrophic. Yeah, like calling Angela Yee bitches and say he gonna smack her. You know, it's just a lot. You know, it's about evolution, and I wanted to get on there because I want you kids don't think that shit that Gucci did was gangster. It's not gangster. At 40 years old, when you put an energy into the universe that could continue to get people to lose their life. You know, like it just don't it's nothing gangster about that. You know, I understand the pain he dealing with trauma. Let's say he's dealing with trauma, he ain't over it. I get it. But it ain't gangster because he hasn't come to terms with his evolution and growth past the situation that happened 15 years ago. Ain't nothing gangster about it. It's actually a level of weakness because you are not strong enough to move past the situation from 15 years ago. You haven't evolved past that. You haven't looked and see how your life has evolved past that. I'm not being biased. I'm just talking about facts, man. I'm not saying that a nigga you don't got to get over it. You might not, but it's going to hinder your growth and it's going to hinder your development. Now, right now, if a nigga sitting there and listening and he's saying, yo, you know what? That nigga said something about my cousin, my brother, is on. Jeezy forgave him. Because, you know, the situation that happened with Jeezy and him, you know, he forgave him. The dude who tried to shoot him is gone. Jeezy saying, yo, I'm moving past it. There ain't nobody else for Jeezy's people to want to do nothing to. It's gone. The consequences happen. These people ain't got nothing for their consequences. And they say, you know what? We gonna move on. If I heard you saying we smoking on Pookie Loke tonight and dig him up and you send some more, I'm gonna take that as I ain't got nothing to do with Jeezy. This is just my cousin. This is just my best friend from high school. This is just a nigga that lived next door to me that was good to me. And you defaming that man's name. I'm just being honest. This is how the streets work. You know what I'm saying? And when I say dry stitching, how every time you talk about a nigga send somebody to do something to you? How? I don't understand that in the streets. And you in the streets and you talking about a nigga sent somebody to do something to you all the time. This nigga sent somebody to kill me. Yeah, he sent somebody to kill me. He sent somebody to kill me. You know, like I just don't understand. I don't understand where that comes from. I don't understand what code niggas is going by. Like I don't understand. You or some street shit. Okay, cool. That's what y'all want to do. That's the rules of the street. You handle the street. You don't talk about the crime on camera. You don't keep talking about who did what on camera. I hear you. You keep saying you saying he tried to kill Gucci. Where did you ever hear Jeezy? You heard on the record he said 10,000 for his chain. He ain't telling nigga. Usually when a nigga say 10,000 for a nigga chain, it's a robbery. You know that's what I know of. 10,000 for his chain is a nigga robbery. You know, 15 years ago he incited a robbery against Gucci. I don't think he went to send a nigga to kill him. I think if 5 niggas ran up in a nigga house and he ain't dead, I don't think they came there to kill him. I mean, that's just what I think. People saying all of this, you know what I'm saying? Because if they was there to kill him, they would have shot him. If a nigga just pistol whip you and try to rob you and ain't kill you, I don't think nobody came there to kill him. And it was 15 years ago. Mind you, it's 15 years ago. But I'm just trying to tell you, if a nigga send somebody to kill you, he said, kill him. Nigga say he want a chain, it's a robbery. It's 15 years ago. Cool. You did it. It went how it went. You beat the body. It was self-defense. You did whatever you had to do. We get it. We 40 now. 40 now. We 40 now. We decide that we're moving past it. And you evoking some shit from 15 years ago. And your 40-year-old ass with your family, people who your whole life is completely different. And you bring the same shit. I'm not instigating anything. I'm just being honest. I don't want these kids that's going out here saying that this is some gangster shit because it ain't gangster. It ain't gangster, bro. It's nothing gangster about it. It's nothing gangster about being 40 and citing a situation that could be catastrophic. You're not gangster for it. You hold a grudge. It's nothing being gangster about holding a grudge at 40. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I want. I don't want to take nothing away from the moment. We glad that it moved past it. We glad that they was able to sit in rooms and come to terms and talk about it. But to act like Gucci did some shit that was gangster because he violated or talked about the dead man and talking about how he'll kill other niggas. Who was gangster about it? You in a rap battle and you talking about how you'll kill other niggas. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. For what? You know, like I personally just don't get it. So I don't want these young babies that's listening to this shit to think that something happened that was the only gangster shit that happened last night. The gangster shit was that a man looked at a situation and realized he had power and said, I'm not gonna give that energy. I want these kids to see something different. Because we done lost too many soldiers to what they believe is gangster. We done lost too many of these babies to what they believe is gangster. We just lost too many of these babies to that. So I personally, I'm not going to give my energy to that because I know it's bigger than me and you and this beef and this our crew. This shit is worldwide because niggas have followed us in a tradition that we set on how you handle beef and they trying to carry it the same way. And I'm about to break the cycle. That was the gangster part. And the gangster part was at the end when Gucci realized it and said, yo, you extended the olive branch and let's move forward. That was the only gangster shit that happened last night. The rest of that shit was none of that shit was gangster. The music, the battle was dope, but all in between that you said Gucci shit that wasn't gangster. The gangster part was a nigga understanding the situation and then a nigga taking it and saying you extended the olive branch and I'm gonna take it. Let's move on. That was the gangster part. I don't want y'all to get anything confused. That was the only gangster part of that situation. The rest of that shit was for the birds. The battle was dope. The rest of the theatrics and bury your man and this and that and smoking on, it wasn't nothing gangster about it, bro. This wasn't. You know, it takes time. And that's why we said it. It's about evolution. Nigga ain't evolved yet. You know? It's about evolution. It takes time. It definitely takes time. you know, but it was nothing. Listen, nothing gangster about it. When your emotions supersede your intelligence, it's no way you gangster. When you so emotionally riled up and you letting some shit control you to where you do some shit that can jeopardize you or your loved ones out of your emotions, you haven't evolved as a man. You're not even controlling you. If you don't control yourself, you can't control nothing else. If a nigga could do something that makes you react the way he wants you to react, you have not evolved into a man. If you don't have the wherewithal to say to yourself, this situation, if I say this or do this and react this way because I'm angry, this shit can go all the way wrong. My family, my wife who been holding me down, all the shit, everything I got could go wrong. If you ain't say that in your mind, then who? Then you haven't evolved into a man. You have not evolved into a man. You know, we're talking about it because the situation happened. And there are people on my page saying Gucci did some gangster shit, Jeezy pussy, and he's scared. He should have did this and that. And I'm trying to explain to him, and that's the problem because niggas don't even understand what grown man shit is. They said that the real measure of a soldier is to never have to actually engage in battle. That's one of the principles of martial arts. They teach you all these martial arts, but the goal is to actually never have to use that on an opponent or anybody. To actually never have to hurt somebody. It's just being able to defend. You have all of these things, but you never actually want to have to use them. You know, grown men understand that. You know how many times I say sorry to people that can't beat me, that do shit to me or ignore them because I understand it's a bigger picture. For what? I let you do something to me. You say something to me. I get on here with trolls. You say this to me. You do this to me. Me and you, I see you in the street. I put my hands on you. I go to jail. I'm away from my family, but I prove that I'm tough. I'm tough. You know what I'm saying? Why would I allow you that power over me? Why would I ever allow that somebody to have that power over me? Why would I allow my ego to supersede my intelligence? Just tell me. I know because when you haven't evolved in your mind, has not evolved into a space where you understand that shit is way more than just surface level. You know, when you just moving off your emotions and you moving off your ego and you moving off a perception of bullshit and you make a decision based on that and not the bigger picture, you haven't evolved into a man. You just haven't evolved into a man. And out here I'm having conversations, a lot of boys on here and little girls who look up to little boys. And there's nothing wrong with that. But as a grown adult, when you're a grown adult, you understand that certain shit is bigger than what you're talking about. You understand that certain shit is bigger. You understand that the long run, that your bills, your kids, your family, your life insurance, making sure everything is taken care of is the main shit. You getting into a beef with a nigga in the street over who don't like me and this and that. Only thing that could do is hinder everything else I'm talking about, man. I'm on this live because the conversation queen that came on my page, and when I said I respect Jeezy, and I didn't even talk about Guap, and there's niggas on my page like, oh, Gucci this, Gucci's gangster, Jeezy's pussy, this and that. And I just had to explain to him the facts. You know, like if we're really talking about what gangster is, if we talking about on every level, we talking about man level or street level. You on street level and we got a beef in the streets and you talking about what happened in the street for 15 years, saying you did this to me, you did this to me, ain't nothing gangster about that. There's nothing gangster about that. But if you keep saying I try to kill you every time you talk to somebody and we in the streets and you supposed to be a street person, that's snitching. Everybody knows that, but cool. We leave that alone because that's some street shit we trying to leave. We don't even want to get involved in that. Now we move to the aspect of here where we are now as grown men. You said some shit that could have got us all wrapped up. Everybody could have reacted. Niggas could have moved. We could have did all types of shit. But I said, you know what? It's bigger than that. These kids out here killing each other. They dying because they followed a blueprint that we set 15, 20 years ago. Now it's time for us to make that right. No more young Vaughns and Nipsey Hustles and all these young kids and Pop Smokes. No more of that. No more of that happening. You know. You know. So that's what it is, man. We just gotta move forward, man. It's about evolution. If you ain't evolved as a man, then you staying as a boy.